Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Dad and I recently watched the third and final Disney fairy movie, which is called Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue. Now, this film takes place before Tinkerbell ever meets Peter Pan or Wendy, and personally I think it is the best of all the Disney fairies movies. The animation is even better than before, and knowing that John Lasseter has his thumbprint on it, it is just spectacular. The music is terrific. It has the same Celtic flair. The animation is sumptuous, and it takes place during the summer. And the story is basically, there is a young girl named Lizzie who lives in the countryside with her father, who is a researcher, and he really doesn't pay that much attention to her and often thinks that she believes in fantasy and not in what's real. And the world that the fairies know and the world that the humans know, their realms actually collide. I'm not going to say how it comes to that point, but I think this is my ultimate favorite. And like the past two Tinkerbell films, this one made me cry as well. I was touched by it. It was very heartfelt, I thought. And I was transfixed, and even my dad was completely mesmerized by it, and it's just really quite beautiful. And seeing the characters blossom, and even seeing another side of Vidia. And usually I didn't really care for her character because I thought that she was kind of a bully, and she has an attitude, and she's just not very nice at all. She's grouchy, and she's actually the anti-Tinkerbell. That's actually the best way I can describe her. And all the friends prove their loyalty to her in the end of the film, and it's really just nothing short of colossal. This is pure entertainment, and anybody can enjoy it. I especially love the scenes in the end with Lizzie, and later on her own father. I'm not gonna say what happens, but it's just utterly breathtaking, and I was so moved by it. I was just I was completely lost in it, and it's just a really tremendous film, and I give kudos to John Lasseter in making it. And I don't know if he's going to make more Disney fairy films in the future or not. I would really love to see more if he did, but it's doubtful, since we already know the story of Wendy and Tinkerbell and Peter Pan and the Darlings. We're all very familiar with that tale, and it's many retellings, and also biography of J.M. Barrie and all that. We know all this, and it's it is one of my favorite stories of all time. I just find it very nostalgic and endearing and everlasting. And one of the most profound things that was said in this film was, you don't have to understand, just believe. And I think there's a lot to be said with that one statement. And there's just so many things that we can't possibly comprehend in this world, being finite beings. And there is magic in the world if you just look. And miracles still exist in this day and age, and I feel that in the year to come, we'll we'll see more of this happening. And I know I probably sound like a broken record when I say that, but I've actually felt a lot closer to my source, and I've seen quite a few things happen, and there's never a dull day around around the house, and it's always interesting to see what will happen next. But I'm getting off topic, and forgive me. I give this movie 5 stars, hands down. It is nothing short of stellar. Truly, it is just entertaining from start to finish, and I found no fault with it whatsoever. And just the way that certain things are crafted by the Tinkers out of natural elements, I thought was very innovative and creative. And of course, Blaze from the former Tinkerbell film, which is Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure, he's in this one. And we learn quite a bit about the element fairies once more, and especially Vidia. And it's just very touching, I thought, and just a wondrous, magnificent film that leaves you filled with awe, and just it's just majestic in the way that it's done. And I think that it is the finest example of what a good story and great animation can do. You can't just have good animation and not have any intriguing plot to go behind it. And there's a little bit of something for everybody. The humor is is excellent. The suspense, the sense of unease, how you feel about Tink when she comes across some pretty hard times, and she's in a situation that she can't overcome, which is really different for her, and just that whole sense of hopelessness and loss, and just feeling worthless and like you can't do anything. It's just so heartbreaking. But it turns out that everything happens in her favor, and she makes a friend with Lizzie, and in the end her father has a revolution. Well, I'm not going to say what happens because that would just completely give away the plot, but you'll have to see it for yourself. And if you're a fan of the former 2 films, then you must absolutely, indubitably watch this film, because it is the acme of all the fairy films that have been done so far, and I hope to God they do another one. So here's hoping that they do, and if they don't, we have these 3, so we can be happy in that. It reminds me, this one actually reminds me of a true story called Fairy Tale, and it might have been inspired by that. And if you haven't seen it, I also recommend that, because I think that's a 5-star movie as well. It's based on a true story. This one, I love the spectacular quality of it, and just how uplifting it is. It's just such an enlightening little film, and everything is stated in that one statement that Lizzie makes in the end. And what more can be said after that? I just think that sums up the movie very nicely. And since there really aren't any good animated films out currently except for Cars 2, then this is definitely the movie that you should pick up and see, because it is a family film that everybody can enjoy, and the scary moments really aren't that frightening in and of themselves, but they might be a little bit unnerving for little ones. But I think that the whole moral and value, the morals and the values that they get from it they outweigh everything else, and just the the true value of friendship and the treasure of friendship is once again focused upon. And of course, I always like the fact that they knit everything together with the theme of friendship. So that's about all I have to say. I shall be seeing Harry Potter, so look forward to my review as soon as I can get it done. Take care.